Okay. What is walking in wisdom? It was a little bit hard to push record on this one because, feeling qualified to speak on wisdom. There's so many things to wisdom. I've really been reflecting on it recently and encouraged to speak on it a little bit as well. Walking in wisdom. What is that? What does it mean to walk in wisdom and to be wise? And what I realized is for years, and I don't even know when I started this habit, but as I started my daily prayer journal, I would start with, God, give me wisdom, guidance, and counsel. Give me wisdom, guidance, and counsel. And as I've reflected on this and began thinking over it the past few weeks and how I would share what it means to walk in wisdom, I've realized that, man, I've spent years trying to discern that, trying to understand what that means, and ask for it daily in all areas of my life. And I just looked up some definitions, and wisdom is the application of knowledge with purpose, like pragmatic application. I know a lot of people have a lot of knowledge. I've got lots of degrees, but the knowledge doesn't matter. Wisdom is the application of the knowledge towards a specific purpose. And so a lot of, when I get to do my mastermind groups and my book studies and my leadership classes, everybody knows it's saying it's having trouble connecting here. Okay, it's back on. Everybody knows I end each session with, what are you going to do with what we talked about today? What are you going to take and apply? What are you going to use out of our discussion today? So when you're researching and reading, and I hope you are you going towards mentors and books and the scripture even? A lot of y'all know a lot of my wisdom is rooted in the scripture, like to help guide me and be wise. So for instance, let me just give a couple examples of things that I've learned. One of them was dating and relationships, how to give and receive love. I realized I didn't have a good foundation in that. So I started, especially when all my relationships were ending poorly, and I figured out who the common denominator was, and that was me. So that means, okay, let's be wise. That's me as the common denominator, not everybody else. As a leader, who's the common denominator of most of the issues? Me. So let me go find some things to help me be wise in that. So I read books. I read the Song of Solomon in the scripture and studied it and found people who wrote about it. I read books on boundaries in dating, boundaries with people, and learned how to do things differently. When Jacqueline and I were dating, I didn't meet the 3 children until we were almost engaged, because I read a book called Boundaries in Dating, and it talked about not involving kids in the dating relationship. I was trying to be wise, to walk in wisdom in that area. I found out also that walking in wisdom is not asking just what went wrong, how did it go wrong, but how did I contribute to it going wrong? What can I do differently? Another one that I like to talk about is like DISC personality styles, understanding different behaviors, different ways people do things, and gaining wisdom in that. So my encouragement to y'all, I want to make this pretty quick, is that wisdom is truly about the pragmatic application of knowledge towards purpose. So are we walking in wisdom? Are we using it to benefit us? And are you, for me, praying for wisdom, guidance, and counsel daily so that we can be wise in the things that we're doing? So I don't claim to have all the wisdom, but I do know I'm in a progressive pursuit of being wise. Another book I read was the book of Ecclesiastes, when it talked about everything is like chasing the wind. Everything is like chasing the wind except enjoying good relationships. So when we're in our pursuit of success and achievement, am I being wise in that? Or am I thinking that that's going to fulfill me? There's a difference between success and achievement and fulfillment. You know, a lot of people who have success and achievement, but they're not fulfilled. So another thing of wisdom is figuring out my purpose and my passion and living that out. Those of you that I get to work with, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed because what I get to do every single day is my artwork. It's my fulfillment and what I love doing when I get to facilitate these mastermind groups and these book studies. But that came from pursuit of wisdom. What are my strengths? What are my passions? How did God design me? And in discovering mentors who could help me understand that and take some bold moves to get here. So I hope for you that you are walking in wisdom and that you're in pursuit of wisdom, the application of knowledge, just not knowledge, the application of knowledge with a specific purpose. So be wise in your pursuits.